this is part 2 of replacing your lid coil in this 15.6, and you can see we've already gotten the lid coil out of there. One of the things that I like to do when I go to replace a lid coil and I have the new coil in hand is just to verify, and you'll know after taking this coil out that it's kind of a time-consuming job. You'll see that putting the new one in it is much faster. But what I'll do is take this coil and just walk it around the groove and just verify the length. If it's 3 or 4 inches too long, that's probably an issue that either A, you've gotten the wrong coil, or it's going to have to be compressed. If it's a little bit short, I wouldn't worry about that. You can stretch it if you need to. Another way to do that is just simply take a piece of twine or something, and then you can kind of match it up to the length of this coil. Alright, so now that we're ready to put this new coil in, I always put the coils in clockwise. So I'm going to start here at the end and just work the new coil in. Very similar to how I got the other one out. You get about, maybe a quarter of the way through, and that's when you're going to have to start getting the screwdrivers out and just take it a little bit at a time, feeding it in, kind of keeping some pressure up with these screwdrivers. Try and keep the coil tails traveling down the center of the groove. That'll keep you from chipping the lid at all. But you can already see if you've taken one out, this is much faster because it's nice and straight. It's very flexible. And another couple seconds here. I'll have this coil in. Looking at these couple of chips that are in the lid, you've got one right here and this one that we removed the brick that was about to fall out. Yeah, these are fairly small. I don't think that they're going to be an issue for this lid. You can do a couple of things here. One would be just to take an additional pin or two and pin that coil down. That's probably the quickest way to address that. You can also order some additional lid coating. And probably for under $10 you can get some lid coating and brush it into some areas that now are exposed, and that'll help seal that up and make sure that particulate's not falling down your pieces. Alright, so now that I've got the coil in, you can kind of see that I've left about equal space to be able to come out through the groove. I'm going to start by just fishing one end of the tail through, and when I do that, I like to keep, again, some back pressure right here at that corner so that I don't chip out that lid. And you can bend the coil at this point, and you're just going to bend it in and keep fishing it in. Once you get it all the way through where you can see it, and you just guide it through with both hands. Give it a good tug so it's all the way in there. Do the other side. Sometimes you might need to take a screwdriver and just guide the tail through. It's coming through that little hole there. Alright, so I've got both tails through. Give them a nice tug so they're tied up against this brick where they exit the lid. I'm going to get the pins that were in there, and I'm going to put 2 pins in each side. And you want to go right between the loops of the coil. You don't want to